In a blistering, lengthy press conference at the Jubilee headquarters, Secretary General Raphael Tuju, flanked with Kieleweke MPs, went all out on Deputy President William Ruto, urging him to respect the president. The latest coming at a time when there is a growing disquiet in the ruling party. Tonight on Pandit's Night, we look at the rift in Central and the rift in the Jubilee party. But first, these are the stories making headlines tonight. Tonight, the government declares a dusk to dawn curfew at the Laikipia Nature Conservancy on a day one more person was killed by bandits.
Ananita baba mkubwa baba ameuliwa.
A security operation is set to commence. Also tonight, Jubilee Party wants Deputy President William Ruto to explain his source of wealth.
Wasting your breath. He will not resign. He's not that type of person.
The party wants its deputy leader to stop attacking the first family. Plus, former Senator Paul Njoroge files a petition in court seeking the postponement of next year's general election. And Wairimu is our sign language interpreter. Good evening, I'm Abubakar Abdullahi. Welcome to the broadcast. To our top story tonight, and the country has received an additional 880,320 doses of the Moderna vaccine. This is the second batch of the Moderna vaccine to arrive in the country, as the country hopes to vaccinate 10 million Kenyans by December this year. Andrin Kilemi begins our broadcast tonight.
The country's vaccination exercise continues to get a boost after the country received an additional 880,320 doses of the Moderna vaccine from the United States government through the COVAX facility. The second batch of the Moderna vaccine arrived Monday morning at the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport.
This second batch now completes the donations of the Moderna vaccine from the United States government, amounting to 1,760,780 doses. Kenya has now received a total of 5,146,780 doses of various vaccines.
The government says it is targeting to increase daily vaccination rates to 150,000 by December this year. Vaccination posts will also be increased from 800 to 3,000 by December, with the number rising to 7,877 by June next year. Kenya has so far received more than 2.3 million doses of vaccines ready for administering. The Moderna vaccine is the second type of vaccine to be deployed in the country after the deployment of the AstraZeneca vaccine since March this year. Kenya received the first batch of Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine on Friday last week. So far, a total of 2.6 million people have been vaccinated, out of which 2 million have received their first doses, with another 812,000 people having been fully vaccinated.
The uptake of vaccines in the country is very encouraging, as the majority of Kenyans have responded well to our call to come out and get vaccinated. At the rate at which we are moving, and pending no supply problems or constraints, we expect to attain the 10 million target set by His Excellency the President that we must achieve by December of this year.
The Ministry of Health has revised the deployment plan, with those living with disability and underlying conditions now being part of the priority groups in the vaccination exercise.
And we've added a number of priority groups, expanded them, and people living with disability is now a distinct priority group, as well as people who have underlying medical conditions above the age of 18.
Kenyans who received their first doses have been urged to ensure they take their second dose. The ministry further warning against mixing of vaccines.
When you have partial protection, you are not fully, your body is not fully challenged to be able to fight the virus when it comes. So you must get fully vaccinated. What we have picked is that some people have been waiting, imagining they will mix with another vaccine. We are telling them that is not yet policy here in Kenya. We have now enough doses of AstraZeneca, so let them come. It is not possible for governments to go into people's bedroom, each and everyone. People with disabilities we can understand, but for those ones, kindly come, because with full immunity you'll be better protected.
The ministry further warning against mixing of vaccines. This even as the country is expecting to receive another 2 million doses of the Pfizer vaccine from the US government this September. Andrine Kilemi, TV 47.
ODM leader Raila Odinga has intensified his campaign to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta. Odinga, who met border riders on Monday, says he is on a path to provide ordinary Kenyans with a conducive environment to flourish in business. Musa Salah has the details.
In his efforts to consolidate his support base, ODM leader Raila Odinga, while meeting with border operators from Uhuru Park, said that he intends to base his policies on improving the lives of ordinary Kenyans through building credible business opportunities for small and medium enterprises.
Kwa hivyo kila kitu nataanza huko chini. Mtu huyu wa bodaboda ataweza kutoka bodaboda mpaka aende mpaka kwenda juu zaidi. Apewe nafasi. Apewe nafasi. Ama sivyo?
Vijana wetu wakipewa nafasi ya kujiinua wenyewe, pasi na kusumbuliwa na polisi, pasi na kusumbuliwa na kanjo, inawezekana kwamba nyinyi wenyewe mujiinue katika maisha yenu.
Although Odinga's economic plans border on Deputy President William Ruto's bottom-up economic model, Odinga's allies took a jab at Ruto's economic model, digging up his past graft allegations to discredit his plans to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta next year.
Kama unaweza jua mahali ambapo sasa kazi inafanyika mzuri, sio kuleta wheelbarrow. Kama nilipewa wheelbarrow, ningekuwa nauza miwa mpaka leo hii. Lakini alichonipa baba alipoona ndani yangu, leo mimi ni mbunge, Mungu akipenda kesho mimi ni gavana.
Kuna kitu kingine ambayo tunaambiwa ni bottom up. Hata sisi kama wasomi tukijaribu kufafanua bottom up atuelewe bottom up ni nini.
We should not be talked up. We should not be taken like the people of Mamba Mboga, sijui, I don't know how he calls it. I don't know. We want to build businesses that can serve generations.
Deputy President wa Kenya, sina aibu nikisema hafai kuachiwa title deed ya Kenya. Yule ambaye anaweza achiwa title deed ya Kenya na Kenya isimame, isiuzwe, na watoto wale wako Kenya waendelee vizuri ni baba, hakuna wengine.
However, Odinga insists that the BBI constitutional amendment process is on break, accusing those who oppose the BBI bill of taking bribes to shoot down the handshake project, casting a shadow on the Court of Appeal ruling that nullified the BBI process.
Hiyo BBI walipiga, wale ambao walipiga walihongwa, lakini tumeweka kando kidogo, hiyo rege imeenda likizo half time. Lakini itarudi.
Musa Salah, TV 47.
Moving on, Jubilee Party Secretary General Raphael Tuju wants Deputy President William Ruto to explain the source of his wealth. Tuju, alongside other party officials, want the DP to stop also attacking the first family. Paul Kirobi now reports.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming for this press briefing.
The Jubilee Secretary General Raphael Tuju wants DP William Ruto to tame his allies from attacking the first family. Tuju accusing Ruto of controlling a social media attack against the Kenyatta's family.
It was an admirable display of optics and demeanor of humility before his real self and ego came back as he launched a scathing social media attack executed by his foul-mouthed political mouthpieces and bloggers, with most of the vitriol directed at the person and family of the founding father of our nation, Mzee Jomo Kenyatta, who is not here to defend himself.
The party's top organ is also questioning Deputy President William Ruto's source of wealth. Tuju says Ruto is on record declaring that he is worth 100 million in 2015, but estimated to be worth billions of shillings today. A presentation by Interior Cabinet Secretary Fred Matiang'i in Parliament showed that Ruto has over 18,500 acres of property, 2 high-end hotels, 5 helicopters in 2 hangar at Nairobi's Wilson Airport, and a chicken farm. Ruto, however, said he only owns 70% of the assets listed.
But with an income of 1.5 million shillings a day, our Deputy President is okay. The only thing left in his wonderful act of transparency is for him to show us the figures with respect to his very big payment to Kenya Revenue Authority. A great leader should lead from the front. We request that as a person who is also a good Bible-quoting born-again Christian, he will shame the devil and publicly give all Kenyans this information. Give unto Caesar what is Caesar's, and unto God what belongs to God.
Tuju further urged the Deputy President to publicly reveal his tax payments with the Kenya Revenue Authority after he declared that he earns 1.5 million from his chicken farm. Tuju has accused DP Ruto of blackmailing the government between 2013 to 2017 for his own selfish interests.
He demanded proposing half the cabinet. That is when the rain started beating us. His proposals were too biased ethnically, and it left President Uhuru Kenyatta with no option but to work with the remaining half to accommodate the rest of Kenyans. These unfortunate demands of the Deputy President would extend to other senior political appointments in government for the whole of the 2013-2017 cycle.
The party has, however, dropped the quest to push for Ruto's resignation.
In fact, I could have all these things and still be very primitive. So if you expect me to do certain things because of certain values, I would like to appeal to my brother here and a few others who are asking for the Deputy President to resign, that please stop wasting your breath. He will not resign. He's not that type of person. We know him. Let us concentrate on 2022.
I therefore call upon the Deputy President and those who are campaigning, save Kenyans' lives, because our lives are very important, our lives are very dear. Politics will be there today, tomorrow, but we must follow the regulations.
Those who don't have shade of decency can continue living a life, using the official residence to do campaigns, using official government machinery, using government offices to carry out personal campaigns while talking badly against the same government that they are deriving benefits from.
Paul Kirobi, TV47, Nairobi.
Thank you, Paul Kirobi, for that report. You're watching TV47 News tonight. Time for us to take a short break. Stay with us. We still have a lot lined up for you.
Ability is common in everyone. Those abled differently also have immense ability.
Maybe we are not good in both, but we can be good in life.
They reach beyond the limits in their special, different way.
If the society can just be careful in what they call them and how they refer to them, that would at least be better.
They need to be loved. They have feelings. They would like to give love. It's a natural thing.
Catch their story on Beyond the Limit on TV47 every Saturday at 7:30 p.m.
The brain does not exactly know how to differentiate physical pain from the psychological.
Nilikuwa na feel nimefeel hata watoi wangu.
This month, our sisters, mothers and friends share their heartfelt stories of the pain and struggles with Joy Irongo.
We are all about being authentic and sharing our lifetime experiences to speak hope and empower a woman who's probably going through a rough patch.
Join us as we unravel the heartache.
So the doctor told me she has only 2 weeks to live.
Mimi nilikaa tu miezi 2 tu nikiwa na furaha kwa ndoa.
Every Saturday at 8:30 p.m.
Are you looking to buy a home? Or are you looking to build one, yet you don't know where to start? Well, The Realtor is your home of real estate development information, whether you are looking to invest in the city or outside the city. We link you with the experts in the field, be it designing.
We have also a very nice lighting and then gypsum decoration on the top of the ceiling.
Roofing.
When you involve a professional in your construction, there is a difference. Project that has been delivered by a professional person and a project that has not been delivered by a professional person.
Interiors.
We are trying to go is for a mix of European and Middle Eastern look.
Everything all under one roof. Join us every Tuesday at 7:30 p.m.
Any waste stream in our society can be turned into a revenue stream. Basically, turning lemons to lemonade. It could be a restaurant, animation industry, artistry, or even fitness. Just like the sweet and sour taste of lemons, businesses have their highs and their lows. Join me, Violet Njoki, on the grind as business entrepreneurs tell us the tales of their business every Monday at 7:30 p.m.
Our version of Kilimo Diaries is different. Crops, livestock, all working together. Everything has a purpose, from land preparation, management, and not forgetting the market space. No farmer puts down his tools, and neither do we. Your Farmer's Daily Diary with Sandra Wahito every Sunday at 6:30 p.m.
Welcome back to TV 47 News Tonight. Thank you for staying with us. Let's get to more news. And a section of leaders from Mount Kenya region have ruled out the possibility of forming a unifying regional party. According to the leaders who met today, they will remain in their respective parties but will work together for the interest of the region.
Ukiona ni sitting MPs na leaders from Mount Kenya and leaders of political parties. Some of us had met earlier, but today the commitment is the unity of purpose of the people of Mount Kenya. We have also resolved that we are going to reach out to every elected member of parliament in Mount Kenya region for the next meeting, which we hope will be in the coming week at a date and venue to be announced. They'll all get invitation. We want our leaders to be present in the next meeting as we deliberate on the issues that are going to be our wish list to any candidate who is seeking the presidency of this country. So we are committed to unity of purpose. We are committed to multipartyism. Nobody is being told to leave their party, unless, of course, if they wish. We remain in our parties, but we have unity of purpose for Mount Kenya region.
Elsewhere, a case seeking to have next year's election postponed has been filed. Former nominated Senator Paul Njoroge, who filed the case today, wants the polls postponed to 2023, arguing that the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission was not properly constituted when it announced the election dates Njoroge further argues that the commission did not have a substantive chief executive officer and therefore key procurements for election materials will not be undertaken as per the law. Former CEO Ezra Chiloba resigned from the position, as you will remember, in 2018. Moving on, at least 2 million Kenyans from 10 arid and semi-arid counties have been hit hard by the prevailing drought conditions in various parts of the country. While addressing the press before inspecting projects in Garissa, Devolution Cabinet Secretary Eugene Wamalwa assured locals that the national government has so far released 1.1 billion shillings to cushion drought victims in Garissa, Wajir, Mandera and Isiolo counties. He says that in the next 2 weeks, the state will release an additional 558 million shillings.
And these are the people that we are targeting to ensure they have clean water through the water tracking program we have started, and to also ensure that their animals get feeds, and this is part of the program we are launching today. And through the cash transfer programs, we will be able to improve livelihoods of those who are affected. As I've said, the figures under the hunger safety net, 100,000 households so far. Under the expanded program, including Garissa, Isiolo, and Tana River, and Samburu, we will have an additional 32,000 households. And each household, as you know, has an average of 5 to 6 people. So we're expanding the safety net to cushion our very vulnerable communities against these ravages of drought.
Well, let's get to some business news. And avocado business and farming in Nakuru County is among the county programs on diversification on cropping, which has been embraced effectively by farmers. However, the large amounts which leave the country for export markets is not still sufficient. Farmers consequently have been urged to partner with private sector who will support them in acquiring knowledge and information on how to manage the trees.
We've already seen large amounts of avocado leaving the county.